I do want to let everyone know who is participating in this workshop that we will be recording this. So if you are seeing a notification on your screen now, please go ahead and click accept so that we can proceed with the recording of our application workshop. Alrighty, with that being said, it looks like we do have a good amount of participants joining us right now. So it is about 2:03. We will go ahead and get started with our application workshop. First off, I would like to welcome everyone who has joined us. This is Cal State San Bernardino's transfer application workshop for the spring 22 application. We are very happy that you've taken the time to join us, and we do hope that we are able to answer your questions through this workshop. The live workshops that we are doing are really designed for students who have already started their application and have run into an issue and unable to submit. So we are looking to answer very specific questions for you today. If you're looking for a general overview of the Cal State Apply application, we do have a short 20-minute video that explains in detail many of the sections for the application. And so we would direct you to that overview video if you just have general information questions and don't feel comfortable with the application. Just so that you know, the presentation itself is going to start with a quick slideshow that we have. We have several admissions staff who have joined us here today. They will introduce themselves and address several very common questions that we get on the applications. Most students find this helpful and are able to go ahead and finish the application, but if you are not one of those and have a more specific question for us, we will have a question and answer session after our presentation. Let me go ahead and go to our first slide. So we will be using the raised hand function today so that students will be able to have their questions answered by an admissions staff in the order that they raise their hand. Please do not use this function until after the presentation is over. As I had mentioned, we are going to do some common questions, and most likely your questions will be answered through the presentation. But if you are unfamiliar with the raise hand function in Zoom, it can be found by clicking on the participants icon on your screen, and then you will be shown a white box. The raise hand function is in the left-hand side of that box. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Julie Kruger. I'm the coordinator for for evaluations and processing here in the Office of Admissions and Student Recruitment. The first common question that I am going to address is what happens after I submit my application? Well, quite a few things happen that we are busy with after your application is submitted. First of all, we do want to make everyone aware that we are only accepting upper division transfer students to non-impacted majors for our spring term. And our application cycle opened on August 1st and it will close on August 31st. After you submit your application, it'll take us about 2 weeks to download it and match it to your student information. And then we will create what we call a My Coyote for you. You will receive an email with your campus or what we call your Coyote ID, as well as log on information for your My Coyote portal. As soon as we get your application, we start collecting information for it, and we hope to have admissions decisions out as early as September, but we will continue to give those decisions through November. So if you don't hear an admissions decision from us right away, know that that is our window of opportunity to contact you. Most students will be required to submit partial documents, and those will be due on October 1st. But we ask that you wait until your My Coyote portal is created and look at your to-do list to see what documents individual students are asked for. All students are required to submit final documents, and those will be due on December 15th. After you have been admitted, we do request that you pay your enrollment confirmation deposit, and that will be due by November 30th. Then you will register and attend orientation, and during your orientation, you will register for your spring classes. We have several new websites that we'd like to bring your attention to help you kind of keep track of all those dates and deadlines that we just talked about. So specifically, we created a spring admissions webpage that starts with the who, what, where, why, and when of our spring admissions cycle. To find this webpage, you would go to CSUSB.edu. You would click on the link for admissions. Then you would go to apply to CSUSB. And under that dropdown, you will see the spring admissions page. We do have a chat that one of our staff members, Jovanice, is manning for us today, and she's going to go ahead and put that website address in our chat now for you. The second website that we'd like to draw your attention to is designed for transfer students for both our fall and our spring to list the deadlines for the transfer students. Again, you would go to our CSUSB.edu website, go to the admissions section under apply to CSUSB, and you will see in that dropdown transfer deadlines as an option. And I'm going to ask Jovanice to also drop that link in the chat for y'all at this time. With that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our second staff member to introduce themselves. And so take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yvette Diaz. I'm the EOP admissions counselor. Pronouns are she, her, hers. So my commonly asked question is, I am interested in your EOP program. As a spring transfer, can I apply? Unfortunately, EOP only accepts application for the fall term. So if you are applying for the spring, unfortunately, you're not eligible for EOP. However, we do have other programs that you might be eligible for. So the only exception to this would be for our returning CSUSB students who were previously enrolled in our EOP program. If that is the case, then please feel free to reach out to me via email at yvette.diaz@csusb.edu. Okay, next. Can I make changes to my application after it has been submitted? So the answer is no. Once your application has been submitted, all other information cannot be updated. However, if your class schedule changes for the fall term, you can submit your official transcripts and we can definitely review those. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ramon Rivera, and I'm a transcript processor for the Office of Admissions. Another common question that we receive is, I do not see the major I want to apply to. What is wrong? So the answer is CSUSB is open in all majors for spring 2022. However, we are only accepting applications for our non-impacted majors from transfer students, either ADT or upper division transfer students. All other student types will be blocked from seeing our undergraduate majors. And then also, you must have your extended profile set correctly in order to view our majors. Undergraduate students should check the first bachelor's degree option, as you can see to the right. And then another common question we get is, I have updated my extended profile as an upper division transfer student, but I still can't see the specific major I want. So as an impacted campus, CSUSB cannot accept spring transfers into impacted majors. If you are interested in an impacted major, you will only be able to apply in the fall. And then for our impacted majors, we have a total of 5. They are kinesiology, allied health concentration, pre-criminal justice, pre-nursing, pre-psychology, and pre-social work. And if you would like more information, go to the website to the right, csusb.edu/admission/impaction-information for complete impaction criteria.
Hello, everyone. My name is Keela, and I am an admissions processor. And my common question is, I am attending a community college right now. How should I answer the extended profile questions? And simple answer to that is current community college students or anyone who has college credit completed after high school graduation applying to CSUSB are considered transfer applicants, and you have several options for your extended profile. Okay, as you can see here, applicants that are transferring to CSUSB after attending a community college or four-year university would select this third option on the second question. And you will also be asked how many units you've completed by the end of summer 2021. And hopefully you'll be able to click on that second option on the third question. Please note that CSUSB only accepts upper division transfer students. So students with less than 60 units will not be allowed to apply to most of our majors. If this bubble is marked, you will not be able to complete your application. So that's the first option on the third question.
Hi, everybody. My name is Adela, and I'm a processor here in admissions. My common question is, I have an ADT degree. How do I answer the extended profile question? Associate degrees that transfer are unique degrees. Please check with your community college to confirm if you're being awarded this degree, or if not, a regular AA or AS. Applicants that receive an ADT degree from their community college will have to enter the college and the program that they did, with which they received the ADT degree in. Why does my ADT degree not match? Not all ADT degrees have an extended match at every CSU campus. The website adegreewithguarantee.com can help you identify if your ADT is an exact match to CSUSB. If it isn't, it will not affect your admissions negatively.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jovanice Phelps. I'm an admissions processor here at CSUSB. And my common question is, I am still enrolled at my current university and will through fall 21. I have no grades for these classes yet. Should I include them on my application? And the answer is yes. You want to receive credit for all the coursework you have done. This means that your current summer 21 in progress term and your fall 21 plan term should be included on your application. Simply use the abbreviations IP for in progress and P for plan in the grade section of your application for those terms. Summer 21 courses cannot be used for fall 21 admissions and should not be included. Another common question is, the application wants me to match classes from my Golden 4 classes, but I haven't taken them yet. And the answer to that is, to be eligible for spring 2022 admissions, you need to have completed your Golden 4 courses by the end of summer 21. This includes English composition, math, critical thinking, and oral communications. You will not have fall grades available in time to have them taken into account for admissions. Fall 21 Golden 4 courses cannot be used for spring 22 admissions. If you have any more additional questions about the Golden 4 requirements, please contact us at 909-537-5188, and we will review your individual scenarios with you.
Hi everyone, my name is Alejandra Quintero. I am an admissions counselor and recruiter for the Office of Admissions here at Cal State San Bernardino, and I'm located at the Palm Desert campus. So at CSUSB has two campuses, one in Palm Desert and the other one in San Bernardino. And one of the common questions that I have for you is, I have repeated courses to improve my grade. Do I enter this class multiple times or do I skip the back grade? And the answer to this is, at CSUSB, we are only concerned with your final grade. But if you are applying to other campuses through the Cal State Apply application, you should check with them on their preference for course entry. And the next question is, the application is asking if my classes are transferable. How would I know that? Cal State Apply may be able to answer this for you. As you type the course title, predicted text will appear. Click on your course from the drop-down menu. We'll fill out the information for the course, including transferability. However, if you manually enter the course, you will also have to manually enter the transferability. In that case, use the website assist.org to confirm your answer.
Hi, everybody. My name is Veronica Nolasco. I'm an admission processor, and my common question is, I see a yellow warning box. What does that mean? The answer is, CalState Apply is trying to alert you to a possible problem. Please go to the section and update your information. If the warning is still there, you can always click to acknowledge the warning and continue with your application.
All right, team, thank you very much for introducing yourselves. As you can see, we do have quite a few admissions staff standing by to answer your questions. If you still have questions after that presentation, we'd be more than happy to hear them at this time. We would love for you to use that raised hand function. And if you're not familiar with Zoom, you can go ahead and click on the participants icon, which is usually at the bottom or the top of your screen in a black bar. Once you do so, a second screen will open and you will see the raise hand function in the left-hand corner. Once you click on the raise hand function, you will show up on my screen and we'll keep you in order from there. I will call on you by name. At that point, that is your invitation to go ahead and unmute and ask your question to the group. We found that a lot of students have the same question, so we love the fact that we can have you answer it so everyone can have the benefit of the answer. However, if your question is very specific or involves personal information, such as what courses and grades you have received, we'd be more than happy to place you in a breakout session with one of our admissions staff so you can speak privately about your academic history. With that being said, I see one student is brave enough to go ahead and use that raised hand function. So this time, Eric Gomez, why don't you go ahead and unmute and ask your question to the group?
Hi, good afternoon. So I had a question. I actually restarted college all over again because about 10 years ago, I was dismissed from UCR. So I decided to go back to school and I'm wondering, do I need to contact UCR to get my transcripts to show to Cal State?
Yes, so when you are a transfer student, we do ask for you to report your full academic history from every institution that you have attended, regardless of if it's going to work towards your degree at our campus or not. So even if you were dismissed from a campus and retook classes or changed your major and started all over, we do need to see transcripts from every institution you have attended.
Okay, and there's going to be a section on the application for that that will ask that?
Yeah, so once you're in the Cal State Apply application and you've gotten to the point where you see what we call our quadrant, so it's an opening page that has 4 different boxes in it. One of it is for your academic history. You'll first report all of the colleges you've attended, and then there's a second tab where you go in and report what classes you took at each of those colleges.
All right, perfect.
Entering your academic history is probably 90% of the application. It can be quite laborious because we do ask for students to report all institutions as well as all coursework that they have attended. It does take a while, so I'll put that out there right now. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat that. So make sure that you are starting that as soon as possible so you don't run into trouble with our deadline.
Perfect, thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. All right, the next student I have is Diamond. Hi, Diamond, go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
Hi, okay, I have actually a few questions, so I'm gonna ask just one now and then I'll come back to the rotation.
Sure.
So my first question was actually about EOP, but I see that I cannot apply for EOP for spring. So it's still here though on my application. And is there a way I can like get it taken off of it? Because now it's saying that it's all complete, but I don't know exactly what to do at that point.
Yeah, so if you have had not filled out the EOP application previously, the very first question that you are asked is, would you like to continue with that part of the application? You can simply say, no, I do not wish to, and it will actually just kind of leapfrog you to the end of that portion. However, if you applied to us previously, say in the fall term, and because that is the same academic term, your information has been retained and you had started your EOP application, you would go ahead and have to finish it or back out and say no to erase that information. What I can do is go ahead and put you in a breakout session with Yvette if you would like to have her kind of walk you through that portion, because she is our EOP representative.
That would be great.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I just have to find you both. There we go, Diamond and Yvette. All righty. So I believe that I assigned you both to a breakout session. You should see a invitation pop up on your screen. So go ahead and feel free to join her.
Julie, I don't, oh, there it is. Never
There it
mind.
is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All righty. Next student I have is Eliza.
Elisa?
Elisa, I am sorry.
It's
I
okay.
am horrible with names. I don't know why they give me this job. Go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, you kind of answered it. You said that all courses taken have to be imported into that one, the educational part of it.
Mhm.
And I have about 26 years of courses off and on. That's a lot. So I have to put all that in there. The problem is I cannot save and come back if I need a break. Why?
Yeah, so actually, yeah, that's an important point. You actually can. So after you have, as I mentioned, it is in two parts. So the first part is just to list all of the colleges, and you can save at any point after you've completed. So you can list 2 or 3 courses and hit save and continue. And then you can come back the next day and add 2 or 3 more colleges if you'd like. The same is true for, yeah, let me finish my thought. The same is true for the course entry. You do have to finish that individual course that you are doing. So you need to make sure that all of the fields are filled out for that course. And once you do, then the box at the below will go from white to blue. And that is your indication that that course is complete. You can save and complete. You cannot stop in the middle of entering a course. So for example, if you put English 101 and you put a grade, but you don't tell us what subject it is or how many units you took for that course, it won't let you save. So just look at that single line and make sure that all boxes have some sort of information in it. And then you should be able to have a blue save and continue box.
Can I have one of your counselors though guide me so I can know that I'm doing it right? Because I've tried multiple times and it will not allow me to.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and I'm going to have you meet with Keela.
Thank you.
One sec. I just need to figure out how to do that. Okay, we're gonna let me know if this works out for you. So
okay.
I'm going to assign you to Keela, and this was Eliza.
I got it.
All righty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, you both should have invitations now, correct?
Got it.
All righty. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next student, and that would be David.
Hello.
Hi, David. How can we help?
I just have one question. So from my school, I was able to order both physical and a PDF format for my transcripts. Would it be better if I just upload the PDF format of the transcript to Cal State Apply? That way I don't have to enter everything manually?
So unfortunately, no, you would still need to enter everything manually, even if you update, if you include an unofficial copy of your transcript. And that is because of the limitations of how we process. We do take that manual entry into account when we are admitting you. We unfortunately don't have the technology to read that PDF and pre-populate the information for you. So we do ask that you do the long version and type it in.
Okay.
If we are talking about actually sending us your official transcripts, we also accept PDF versions, but they do have to come directly from the school. So we're not able to accept a PDF version of a transcript from you. It has to come directly from the school when you're submitting official transcripts.
I see. So it'll be sent from them to you.
Correct. So when you make that request with your school, so say you're attending Chaffey or another community college, you would go onto their website, make a transcript request, and they would send the PDF directly to us.
Oh, I see. Yes, they did actually have that option. All right.
Terrific. All righty.
Cool. That was just my question. Thank you.
Okay, David. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Next student we have, and again, I do apologize for how I pronounce names, but this is Marifel Lugo?
Marifel? Yes.
Marifel. Thank you for helping me with that. How can we help you?
I just had one quick question. You probably answered it, but I just want to clarify.
Sure.
So I want to apply for liberal studies for spring 2022. However, I don't have time to pursue the ADT elementary education at Citrus. Am I still eligible to apply for the as a transfer student, or is it only with the degree?
Yeah, so we are accepting students with or without an ADT degree. Unfortunately, the 2 degrees that you just mentioned are very similar, but we do not deem them similar enough to exactly match. So you would be transferring with an ADT degree, but you would have one that is not matching your intended major here at Cal State San Bernardino. But that's completely fine. We do not require an ADT for admission to the spring. So you are fine, but you will get a warning in Cal State Applied just telling you that your ADT does not exactly match.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All righty. Next student I have is Joy Knight.
Hi, yes, I'm not sure, you may have already answered this question. The class that I took for this summer, am I entering that?
You definitely are. So we're actually going to have you enter classes all the way through this coming fall. So the term that's just about to start.
Okay.
However, we need to make sure that all of what we call your golden 4 classes, so math, English, critical thinking, and speech, are completed no later than the summer term, excuse me.
Okay.
Okay, but we definitely want you to include those as in progress on your application. That's a great question.
And then when we're entering all of our classes, are we putting in like the abbreviations that they have, like guidance 45, GUI 45, or are we putting in like the whole name, the grade?
So really, yeah. So if you're coming to us from a community college,
yes,
that information should already kind of be preloaded into Cal State Apply. So if you slowly type, you know, we have some really fast typers, but if you slowly type in the abbreviation, you should see a drop-down menu that is suggesting it's going to be a preemptive suggestion for what they think you're trying to enter. And that's going to be pulled from your school's catalog. So it makes it a lot easier if you use that drop-down menu to enter in your coursework.
Okay, and we're only entering things that are C and above, correct?
No, we are actually going to have you enter everything that appears on your transcript. Unfortunately, D's and F's do affect your GPA, so we need to make sure that those are reflected in your coursework.
And if we had a D on a course and we repeated that course and got a better grade, you want that better grade on there, or you want to see both of them?
Yeah, so in that case, our campus would suggest that you only put in the final grade.
Okay.
However, if you are applying to other CSUs, they might factor it in slightly differently. So if you're only applying to us, I can confidently say that we prefer you only to put the final grade if it is an exact repeat.
Gotcha.
All righty. These are great questions.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Richard. Richard, how can we help?
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I have a question about my criminal justice degree. So you said it falls into a specific category. What was the name of that category again?
So our criminal justice major at CSUSB is an impacted major, meaning that we get far more qualified students than we have space for. So we have higher criteria for it. And unfortunately, we are not accepting transfer students into impacted majors for the spring. We filled our space available for those majors in the fall, so we do not have room to accept additional transfers.
Oh my God. So is there like no online program that you can do or anything like that? There's like, how do you move on? How do you go forward?
Yeah, so we would ask you to either transfer to CSUSB in the fall term versus the spring, Or we do offer through our College of Extended Learning a completely online criminal justice degree if you are interested in that. There are additional criteria that you have to meet. So I would highly suggest that you go onto our webpage and go to our College of Extended Learning. You can just go ahead and put that in the search bar and then look for our online criminal justice program that is offered through College of Extended Learning. But if you
Okay.
wanted to be a regular CSUSB student who is attending physical classes for criminal justice, we would have to make you wait until the fall to apply.
Okay, and if you apply for the online courses and do it that way, could you also go back to the regular classes in the fall?
So they are two different programs, so you would have to reapply for the physical classes in the fall. But yes, technically you could do that.
And the credits still count, right?
Correct.
Okay.
We would be actually treating you as a transfer student to CSUSB, and I know that sounds weird, but the College of Extended Learning is not the same as the regular campus. They, like I said, they have completely different criteria, which is why we would be asking you to reapply as well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. And you said
Alrighty.
there was, wait, I have one more question.
Sure.
You said I had to go to the website to look at the criteria for it?
Yes, if you go to CSUSBadmissions.edu and in the search, put College of Extended Learning, you'll see a list of all of the different online degrees that they offer.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome, Richard. Kathleen, you're next.
Hello, I have a couple questions actually about my specific grades from my transcripts that I'm having trouble with.
Would you like to discuss that in the larger group, or would you like me to put you in a breakout session?
Can I get a breakout question?
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and assign you to a breakout session with Alejandra. Give me one moment to find you in my list. And you should see an invitation to join.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. That means that our next student is, and again, forgive my pronunciation, Lane Templeton.
Hi.
Hi.
I just had a quick question regarding, I think you mentioned a kind of to-do list that we'd have on My Coyote. Where exactly would we find that?
Yeah, so after we've created it for you, and let me just kind of back up. If you have applied to us in the past, you might be familiar, but if not, let me start from the beginning. After you submit your application, it takes us about 2 weeks to create all of that for you. We will then send you a email with your ID and information on activating your My Coyote. Once you do so on the main kind of landing page that we have, you will see in the right-hand corner, a box that says to-dos. If you click on that, it will expand and you will see all of your to-do list items within your My Coyote.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We are looking to streamline this process for students and including more and more tutorials. So if you have trouble finding it, go ahead and give us a call. We'll definitely help you navigate it, but we are looking at including some of that information on our website so you can watch a short video on how to find your to-do list items. Next student I have in my list is Ian Tolbert. Hi.
Hello. I have a couple questions.
Sure.
So I'm at Crafton Hills College right now in Ucaipa. And I already have the 60 units to transfer, but I still need to take 2 more classes for my major.
Okay.
And so would I still, there are 2 more classes in the fall, so would I have to add those classes to the application, even though I haven't taken them yet?
You will, and you're going to include them as planned. So instead of putting a grade for them, you're going to choose P for planned. And eventually when you do transfer, those classes are going to affect your GPA. So that's why we are asking you to include them on your application.
Okay. And then would the process for like financial aid start after the application process?
Yes, so if you haven't done so already, we usually tell students to kind of do them at the same time. Spring is a weird transfer. So you would need to go into your FAFSA and update us as a college that would have access to your information. Once you are admitted, our financial aid department goes to work and they do what they call package you. So they look at the information that you included on your FAFSA. Excuse me. They look at all of your federal aid that you qualify for, as well as CSUSB specific aid that you might qualify for different grants and so forth.
Okay.
And then they present all that information to you on your My Coyote, and you would then accept whatever aid that you are comfortable with. And this may include loans, grants, and so forth. This process does have to happen after we offer you admission. So it is kind of starts halfway through your admission cycle.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Next, yeah, no problem. Next student is Kevin. How can we help, Kevin?
Oh, hi there. So I have a question. So I am a returning student for spring of 2020. I recently applied for fall, but I didn't, accept my enrollment in time. So for spring, would I have to like restart the whole process, or can I still use my application, just add I believe it's a new course?
Yeah, so what I would do is go ahead and suggest you log into your Cal State Apply application that you had already started. It's the same login and password. And your information that you submitted for the fall term should still be in the system. So all that coursework entry and really hard stuff that you did will still be there because it is within the same academic term. You will need to update it if you attended anywhere or want to attend somewhere in the fall. You will have to kind of include additional information that wasn't available at the time that you originally submitted it. But I would say like 95% of your information should be retained. So your application is going to go a lot faster.
Okay, and then regarding to my FAFSA, will I have to go to like the financial office at Cal State to figure that out, or can I just call FAFSA?
Yeah, so actually what I would suggest you do is go on the website and log into your FAFSA account and just add us as an additional college to your FAFSA if we weren't already there. That really is the only addition you need to make to that information. But of course, if you have problems doing that, you can reach out to the FAFSA website for technical assistance, or our financial aid office can walk you through it.
Okay, so I mean, I did have Cal State because I am like a returning student. And then I haven't attended any, how can I say this, schools since the time I left. Would I have to like re-add you guys, or since you guys already on my FAFSA account?
Yeah, so you have to add us once a year. So if you did it when you were applying to us for the fall term, you should be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And then as a regard to that, is there anything else that I should be looking out for?
Well, that is a loaded question. I mean, I'm sure there is tons. At this point, we are kind of just focusing on the application itself, making sure you get that submitted by August 31st. After that, the best suggestion I have for you is to activate your My Coyote and read your campus emails. We will send you important reminders and information about your next steps through those two places. And so you need to be probably actively checking them, I would say at least once a week, all the way up until you start classes.
Okay.
All righty.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. You guys have really good questions for us today. Next student I have is Joy. Joy Knight.
Hi. How can we access this video once it's done?
So you're talking about the video that will show you an overview of the application.
Or this recording, I guess.
Okay. So
because I know there's some things that I missed that I'm like, oh wait, I need to go back to what that person asked that question.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead and make it available on our website. I don't know exactly where I'm going to place it yet, just because we've never had a request to have to view this afterwards, but we are recording it, so we can make it available to you. What I would suggest you do though is go ahead and view the overview video that we already have available on our website. So if you
Okay.
go to the main CSUSB.edu,
Yes.
click on admissions, it should be at the very top. You'll see a link for our application walkthrough video. And that's going to give you a more holistic look at the application. We are really only addressing very specific questions right now. And so I feel like the overview video might be the best for you, but we will most likely make this presentation available to you. I would also like to mention to everyone in the room that we are going to have a second in-person application workshop for you, and that is scheduled for August 31st. And there is registration information for that on our website as well. So if you feel the need to join us for a second time to answer any of your questions, please feel free to do so.
And then you said that's in person?
Well, through Zoom.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Okay, I was like, oh, okay.
This
Oh,
is
I
as,
had,
as in person as we get. So
Right.
it's in real time, I guess I should be saying.
Gotcha. Oh, is the campus going to be wearing your mask the full time? You have to be vaccinated, all that good stuff?
Yeah, so actually that's a great question, and we have tons of information for you on our website. So I hate to keep directing people there, but I'd love to, like, we have, it's called Protect the Pack, because we are Coyotes and we are part of the pack. So we have a full COVID related website, but I can give you kind of the highlights. We do require face coverings for all individuals who are attending our campus. If you do not have a face covering, we will ask you to pick one up. We can provide them for you at our kiosks, in our parking centers, and at most of our academic departments. You are also asked to fill out a daily health check to ask for symptoms of COVID and submit that every day before you attend our campus. And you will get either a green check mark saying you're good to go, or a red saying you need to probably hold up and not attend in person. And it has more information. So we do ask for a health check-in every day. And then as far as vaccination status, we have officially posted that we are going to be requiring that from students. If you do not have a vaccination, there are alternatives for you. And there is more information on our webpage under Protect the Pack.
Okay, and then one last one, under where it says, did you obtain or are you planning to obtain a degree from the college?
The institution.
Yes, that I'm coming from. So I'm coming from RCC. So I have like 2 classes left. So I'm planning on getting my degree. So I guess I click degree in process.
Yes, so you would, yeah. So there are several options on that question. Go ahead and pick the one that is most appropriate to you at time of transfer. But if your plans change, we're not going to penalize you in any way. We are asking that question because we want to make sure that we are taking a special look at your transcripts when you deliver them for that degree to be posted so that you can get all the benefits of that degree. But again, if your plans change and you don't get the degree or get a different degree, we will take what is posted on your transcript when you submit your final documents. So this is just kind of giving us a heads up.
So if it's when it's asking when will you earn that degree, would I be putting like
put a future date? Yes, you can
okay.
input a future date in that question.
Okay, gotcha.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Next question is from Samantha.
Hi, yes, I'm glad I actually joined this because I was planning on applying for the spring for pre-psychology, but I just saw that it's impacted now.
Yes.
I mean, I guess my question's pretty basic right now. I'm currently taking classes to transfer in there, which are going to be done in the fall.
Okay.
So one of my questions is about one of the courses that the pre-psychology asked for, which is asking for a psychological statistics. I wanted to know if that was the same as regular statistics.
So I don't know that question off the top of my head, but the best resource is going to be assist.org. What I would like to do is go ahead and place you in a breakout session with, looks like Yvette.
Okay.
So that she can maybe help you answer that question.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that was Samantha. Give me just a second to find you in my list. And we will place you with Yvette. All right. I just had a request for another breakout session with Yvette. I do not have room with Yvette because I just gave her away. So let me go ahead and wait and see if she has availability. Next student I have here is for Alfonso. Alfonso, how can we help?
Hi, yeah, I'm currently in Cal State Fullerton, but due to just like where I'm living, I need to move I need to go to school somewhere closer where I'm gonna be. So that's why I'm hoping to join you guys. And, I think my general question is trying to find the same or similar program name under my current major that I'm going for. Would I be able to, it's more of a, like, it's graphic design. Would I be able to, like, do you guys have like a separate arts division that I can contact?
Yeah, so what I would do is go ahead and direct you to our website. So recently we went from our quarter to our semester system starting in fall 20. And our curriculum was completely redesigned at that time. It was a great opportunity for us to update a lot of our majors. And because of that, we actually added a lot of new majors. And one of them is our design major. So we used to have graphic design under our art discipline. And now it is a standalone major as just design. So if you'd like more information about that major, you can go to our website and go under the College of Arts and Letters, and you will see design studies. And you can kind of explore, because I do believe they have a couple of disciplines to specialize in, so you can kind of see which one fits best for you. If you do have general questions, we'd be more than happy to answer them for you in the admissions office. But we always suggest that students reach out to the department specifically, because they're going to know their classes the best.
Yeah, gotcha.
So you have those two options for yourself.
Okay, can you quickly repeat the first one? What webpage to access?
Yeah, so go to CSUSBaedmissions.edu. In the search bar, you can either go straight to design studies from the search bar, or you can look for College of Arts and Letters. Both of those will eventually kind of point you in the right direction for that major.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that was tons of help. Okay.
Terrific.
And one more question. Obviously, since I'm in Cal State Fullerton, I did go through the Cal State Apply process. I'm assuming that information is saved. I would just need to update everything I've done in Fullerton.
Yeah, as long as you applied for the fall 21 term, which is within the same academic cycle, your information will be retained. So if you applied a couple years ago or something, it probably will not be there. But if you applied recently, it will. And it does really help the application go by a lot faster.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll have to check that. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Before I move on to our last raised hand, which is Virginia, I am seeing one of our participants raising her hand physically. Mardalina, would you like to go ahead and unmute for me so we can kind of communicate? I want to make sure that we get you in the right direction. Hi, how can we help you?
Hi, I'm sorry, I had to raise my hand like this.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I'm a transfer student. I'm returning this spring 22. I don't know if this applies to you. I submitted my school verification e-form last week, and I'm waiting in response for that. I haven't received anything. So I need to wait for that response in order to submit my application, or I can just go ahead and submit it.
I would go ahead and suggest that you submit your application even though you don't have a response yet, because we are looking at deadlines, and so I would go ahead and just get that application in because you only have until the end of this month to do so.
Right, that's what I'm nervous about. Now, my second question is, I heard that I cannot apply to a EOSP program on spring 22. That is unfortunate because I'm already have that information ready. Like I said, I did it my first time, but I wasn't admitted. So I was hoping this time I can. So there is no way there's any chance, any other date, or how that works.
So unfortunately, what we are hearing from the EOP office is that they already filled up for this year. So the way everything works at a campus is by academic year. So for our impacted majors and our EOP program, they already filled up in the fall term. If you feel that EOP is that important to your success, we would suggest that you wait and apply for our next fall term, and because that's when they would actually start accepting new students. The same for our impacted programs. We are full for those programs this year. So if you really feel that you need to be applying to those programs, we would tell you to wait until the following fall, because at that time, all the slates are clean. We start a new academic term and we have space available. But this spring session is kind of it's a weird session for us. It's not full. We cannot accept for impacted majors. We cannot accept for EOP. We're only accepting for non-impacted upper division transfer students. We're not even accepting for students coming out of high school. So it's a very specific criteria that you need to meet in order to put in this spring application. Normally, we would tell all of our students to wait to fall. Okay.
Okay, and okay, and what's my other session? Very quick, hold on, I forgot. Oh, okay. So like I said, I'm a transfer student. I'm in management concentration at Campus Panther. Well, now I'm a mother of two little ones. So my classes in person, I heard about the extended learning program. I didn't hear that before.
Yeah. So because of COVID, we are now returning to campus and repopulating a campus. And the majority, at least 51% of our classes, are going to be taught in person. However, we still have a lot of classes that are going to be offered online simply because it is the best way to present the information for those courses. And we are still worried about overpopulating our campus too quick. So I cannot guarantee that all courses that you register for will be online, but there will be more availability than normal for online classes for a regular CSUSB student. For those students who are interested in 100% online programs, there are very few that are offered, and they're actually offered through our College of Extended Learning. Unfortunately, they are only in our criminal justice and our social and behavioral studies. They are not in that major that you just listed.
Right.
So if you were to come to us in the spring, there's a chance that a lot of your classes could be online, but it really just depends on the individual teacher and the individual course, and if that is the most appropriate way to deliver that course to you. So we really can't guarantee 100% online education for the spring term.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and one last question.
Sure. We're running out of time, so one more.
Okay, so I'm a returning student again. If that makes me like I'm already there once I fill my application, or I just want to make sure
So
that
let me ask you, did you do any courses after you left our school?
No, I did not.
Then you are what we call a true returner. You are just coming back to us, and the application is a lot quicker for you because when you go to the course entry section, you will be clicking the button saying, I am not reporting courses, because we already have all your courses since you left us and you don't have anything new. I would also say that you need to go to our website and go to the returning student website. And there's a ton of information there about, all the specialty things that we have for our returning students. It depends on what your GPA was when you left, if you need to have a probationary contract or not. So I would definitely say that you should be reaching out to us directly so we can look into that for you.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, Awesome. Thank you.
You are welcome. We only have a couple of minutes left, so I'm going to go ahead and service the last two students that have their hands up. We appreciate you being patient with us today. Virginia, how can we help you?
Repeat the phone number to contact your office in case we have any other questions.
Absolutely. It's going to be area code 909-537-5188. And we have our paraprofessionals who man those phones from 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening. And they'd be more than happy to answer your questions or connect you to the correct department to do so.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You have the honor of being our last student. Kathleen, how can we help?
Hi again.
Hi.
I have a question, a specific question about my grades submitting a subject for one of my classes. I took a guidance class, but I wasn't seeing guidance on the drop-down menu. Is it something else or is it just not?
Yeah, so I'm going to be completely honest with you, and this is a great way to kind of wrap up our session. Cal State Apply can be a little fickle, and when it's asking you to pick a subject for a class, there's not always like a perfect match. We do not use that information in any way when we are factoring in your information. It's just a field that unfortunately you do have to fill out. So we ask that you just pick the one that is the closest to what you feel it would be. I mean, you can literally say it's an English class and it would not affect your application in any way.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, with that being said, it looks like we have answered, I hope, most of your questions. If you still have questions as you get into your application, we'd be more than happy to help you. We do have a second session coming up. It'll be exactly like this presentation and then into our question and answers with breakout sessions if needed. And we'd be more than happy to help you at that time. So if you go to our website starting tomorrow morning, we will have the registration for that website available to you. We also are standing by through our email and our phone number. So if you have application questions, we'd be more than happy to help you over email at admissions with an S, apps with an S at CSUSB.edu. Or you can give us a phone call again between 8 and 5 at 909-537-5188. I want to thank you all for joining us today. And like we said, if you have any questions for us, please make sure that you reach out. Our application filing period ends on August 31st. So we need to make sure that all of your spring applications are submitted by then. Thanks again.
No.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh,